And welcome back to my office, and as you can see, I've got a brand new magnet on my refrigerator which looks like this, which I think is awesome, and I'm sure you agree. So thanks to a very close friend who brought that to me and gave it to me. It now lives on my refrigerator. So welcome back to my office. Here we are. It is Monday evening here in my office, and first and foremost I'd like to I'd like to talk about Boston. It's very close to home for me. I'm from Cape Cod originally, and just like to take this moment to say, make sure your thoughts and prayers are with the victims of this horrific tragedy up in Boston area. So I know that's kind of a down way to start off things, but it is kind of close to where I'm from originally, and I know a lot of people there will be affected by that, obviously. So thoughts and prayers out that way. All right, so moving forward. We must continue with the vlog here. I wanted to talk a little bit about a visit I had to Bighorn High School with a high school band with Ariel Downing. I went and conducted a clinic that went from I think it was 8 to 12:30 or something like that, and then a concert at night. I worked with their concert band, and it was a fantastic experience. I loved every second of it. Now, I had never done a clinic for that long before, and most of the clinics I've done have been, learn how to play the trumpet or brass instruments or things like that. I've done that earlier this year. This is the first one where I've actually conducted for 4.5 hours. And let me tell you, it is exhausting, especially with the high school kids, but I couldn't have asked for a better group of students. I never, ever even had to tell them to say, hey, listen, it was quiet the whole time. It was phenomenal. And I did want to share just one thing with you that the director said, and I think it's really important to note. She said, Ariel Downing, she says, 90% of what you said, I say to them already, but in a different way. And it's just great to hear it from another mouth, hear it from another perspective, and another way of putting it. Which I'm not at all surprised by this, because she's a phenomenal director, and I'm sure that she hears all of this stuff anyway. But sometimes the students just need it from another way to go and understand it that way. She said that 10% of it was stuff that they didn't know before, or hadn't approached, or hadn't gotten to yet. When I think that's fantastic. So that percentage is phenomenal. I'm very pleased with it. I had a great time with the students, and we had just a wonderful experience. And they're heading to a competition, so I wish them the absolute best of luck, and I really enjoyed it, and it was great. If you're a high school teacher, ask other people to come in. It's so much better than just having you all the time. It gives a different set of ears. It lets you step outside the ensemble. That's what Ariel Downing was saying to me, is that she got to sit there and listen, and she heard lots and lots of stuff that she had never heard before, and I thought that was fantastic. And of course, as one of my first conducting instructors ever said, as soon as you put a score down, it's like you don't hear anything anymore. You lose your sense of hearing lots of stuff. So as I'm growing in my conducting, I'm trying to hear more every day, and certainly this would help anybody from giving a new perspective. So I encourage you to do that. Next thing I talk about is the importance of a mentor. Now, I have this fantastic mentor here at the college with Chris Erickson. I just went up for my kind of review of the tenure track materials and things like that. And there are so many things that he's helped me with. And it's very important, if you're just starting out in a new job, is to either locate somebody who you can use as that mentor, or find out if there's a mentor program or anything like that. Because sometimes it's as simple as, oh, hey, I'm just a little overwhelmed today, just want to talk about it. Or sometimes as complex as, hey, have you made this mistake in the past? Because I don't know exactly if I'm supposed to be doing this right, or things like that. It is an amazing help. And as I said to my dean, my supervisor, and she said, I said, there's so many mistakes that I would have made, but I didn't, because either Chris had already made them, or he knew somebody who had made them ahead of time, and he said, hey, you should do this instead. And it's just been phenomenal. So I would recommend that to anybody, is to have a mentor with somebody who's been there for a while. Also, it just gives you a nice perspective on the school and how it kind of all works. And as I don't know, I felt overwhelmed my first bit of time here, and it's hard. I mean, it's hard. Here you got to figure out all these lesson plans and all these lectures and all this stuff. It's difficult, and it's really nice to have somebody who can make that transition easier, which I thank him immensely. So we're also getting ready for the arrival of Jordan Worth, who's going to be coming here, I guess, on Sunday, and he'll be here for a week doing percussion clinics and all kinds of things like that. So we're looking forward to him, and I'm sure in your next vlog you'll hear a little bit about that, and also the Prism concert, which we're having on Tuesday. Prism concert is a kind of a grouping of all the chamber groups here at the college, and I know, a grouping of all the groups, a collection of all the groups performing chamber music, and it'll be the jazz combo, the brass quintet, and the music technology ensemble all playing kind of not all at once, but very close together. We'll all be set up on the stage, and it'll be just one after another, kind of a review of chamber music here at Sheridan College. So it's been a really busy week, and you know, it's just full of excitement, lots of new things going on here, and I'm sure I'll have lots to talk about when I see you again. So take care, and talk to you all.